We are with the number one Irish player, I think, doesn't need an introduction. International master Sam Collins. Hi, Sam.
Hello.
So you're with the team Gonzaga as a coach. So how it's going on so far?
It's going okay. I think we're half a point behind Guildford in the championship section for our A team. Our B team is maybe in the top three in the major section, so there are two rounds to play. So hopefully we can get a good result. We had a slight mistake this morning. We arrived late for the Sunday morning round with all of our teams, so we were about 16 or 17 minutes late, which is not ideal. But
Oh,
yeah, that was we take responsibility for that as the coaching staff. So we don't blame the players, but they
yeah.
they put up a great performance this
Yeah,
morning.
great effort
Yeah,
by the Gonzaga
I
team.
was
Yeah.
very proud of them, and so we're checking the starting times more carefully from now on, I think.
Yeah, and since how long the Gonzaga is playing the Millfield?
Oh, I mean, we played it for decades. Like the tournament initially was played in Marlwood, which is a different school, and so we played the Marlwood International, and then when it transferred to Millfield, we played it here. So certainly when I was in school, I left school in 2001, and we were playing it for every year in that. I think I came for 5 years, and we've been
Oh,
playing it since then. But there was certainly a time. Okay, so now we have two teams in it, but I know when Daniel Lynch started teaching at the school, we only had one rated player. So
oh,
maybe I'm not sure if we fielded a team um, kind of 10 years ago, but we've certainly been playing for a long time.
oh. So who are the key players of Gonzaga A team?
So our top board is Henry Lee,
Okay.
um, and yeah, I mean, I think actually in terms of key players, it's always been the case with Gonzaga that we don't win the tournament on the top boards. It's the bottom boards which uh, typically outperform the other teams. So like boards 6 to 12 or 7 to 12, because the top boards we find that every other, well, not every other school, but there are schools with very strong player, one or two very strong players, but you know, having the strength and depth, they might kind of uh, that's typically where we kind of have our advantage. So we always tell the players that a point on board 12 is as important as a point on board one, and so they're all key.
So it's getting difficult for them to analyze the games because the rounds are back to back. And how
Yes.
are you preparing them? Like it's getting hard for you?
Yeah, well, it's tough. It's a tough balance for them because it's obviously 7 games of chess, so four on Saturday, uh, 3 on Sunday. The time control is a kind of hybrid time control. I mean, I guess you could call it rapid, but like 35, I think 35 minutes plus 10 or 15 seconds a move. So it's an awful lot of chess to be playing, and so we try to encourage them not to spend a lot of time preparing. If that their preparation kind of should have been done before the weekend, but it's very important to take breaks between the rounds and
Yeah.
get certainly get a lot of sleep and relax in the evenings and this kind of thing. It's not really a good approach to try to do last minute cramming.
So who have the chances to win the Stephen Joseph Memorial this year?
Yeah, I don't know actually. I haven't been following it that closely. I know Henry, who has won it before, he had a slightly slow start in the championship section. He started with a half out of two in the championship section, so um, might still be possible for him to get it. I'm not sure, um, but yeah, I haven't been following that closely. I mean, there are some years where uh, you know, I think one year Connor O'Donnell made like 7 out of 7 on board one, and it
Oh,
was no
that's
real
great.
contest. But this year it's much more for grabs. It's a very close tournament and very close battle on board one.
Okay. And what's the difference between the past years, I think when you were playing and now, the midfield? Any differences you find?
Well, I think that the tournament is still very well organized, and so that really hasn't changed. It's kind of hard to say because the the strength of our school has changed a lot. Like when I was playing, our school was quite strong, and we won it once or twice, and but then a lot of the a lot of those players left the school, and then the school became a lot weaker, and then it became a lot stronger again. So at the moment, we've won it for the last 5 times.
Yeah, I think just
Um,
because you were coaching them back again.
well, no,
So,
I wouldn't. To go back to my comment about our mistake this morning, I wouldn't put it down to the coaching staff.
okay.
Uh, I mean, but it's been very different every year. Like when we've won it every year, it's some years have been very convincing. Some years we've had very strong teams and won it with very narrow margins. Where some years we've come with comparatively weak teams who have put up much bigger scores. So I mean, every every version of the tournament I think is unique because you have you've 12 players on each team, and so much can happen, so much can go
Yeah.
right or wrong. So it's always um, very exciting, and it's a wonderful tournament. It really is. Like it's got a real, I think, chess festival feel to it. Where you have guys on the top boards who might become international masters or grandmasters, and in the same hole as people who have just recently learned to play. So it's a wonderful tournament.
Yeah. So, your suggestions for the Irish juniors, the emerging players, Sam? Any suggestions?
Well, I mean, I'm amazed at the health of Gonzaga. Sorry, not Gonzaga junior chess, but Irish junior chess generally. Um, it's no comparison to when I was coming up, when there were just a couple of promising players, or people were learning to play quite late. Now you have people like Taran and Trisha, who are very young and very enthusiastic and very strong. And you have a lot of people kind of coming out of primary school, who have already had 3 or 4 years of experience of coaching and tournaments. Be it with Alex Babur in his schools and camps, or through another program. So, um, Irish junior chess is extraordinarily healthy at the moment, and yeah, I, long may it continue. I mean, in terms of suggestions for things to work on, uh, I think the main thing is to enjoy chess, and to kind of
Yeah, that's
keep
true.
motivated. It's you I think if someone's enthusiastic about chess and they're a young person, then whatever they'll naturally do that will probably improve their game. Probably not. Don't play too much blitz or swap chess. Kind of read games collections by strong players. Solve tactics. This kind of stuff. But yeah, I don't have any specific suggestion. There's a good video actually online by Vidit. He's a extremely strong Indian grandmaster, and he gives kind of suggestions of what to work on. And yeah, so you should check that out for more suggestions, I
Oh,
think. But I
thank
don't have
you.
anything kind of original to say.
Thank you very much, Sam. And so 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, and 2018, oh, the saga goes on. So hope this year also the Gonzaga, I think. What do you think?
I don't know. Well, if we manage to show up on time
Yeah,
for the remaining rounds, then we we
yeah,
we have a
because I
chance.
think, yeah, RGS also is, getting close
Oh
to
yeah,
the
well no,
championship.
they're a very strong school as well. So it's yeah, we'll see. I mean, it comes down to the last 2 rounds, and anything can happen.
So, yes, okay. Thank you very much, Sam, for being with us and sharing your views and suggestions for the juniors. Thank you very
My
much.
pleasure. Thank you.